Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma mob. I'm back in the building, man. All right. I'm going to talk about Terence Crawford and his interview with The Breakfast Club. I want to start off by saying, man, shout out to Terence Crawford for showing more of himself now. I mentioned it on my stream last night. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I said that he's been more revealing lately. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was with Top Rank, you know, and he was coming up, you know, he was real reserved, real laid back, didn't really want to give himself too much to the media, didn't really want to do interviews. I remember Bob Arum at a particular time, he was like, yeah, man, like we can't get him to promote himself. He doesn't want to do interviews with anybody. He makes it hard for us. And that was around the time that he was saying that Terence Crawford wasn't a draw and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, shout out to him for, you know, showing his personality and just giving everybody like an inside look on how he really is. You know what I'm saying? But during the course of that interview with Breakfast Club, he made Charlamagne apologize. You know what I mean? He took his chair. He was like, I ain't getting up out of this chair unless you make me move and stuff like that, which I thought was hilarious. And Charlamagne was trying to like go around the apology. You know, he was like, I don't know if that warrants an apology, man. I was wrong. He was like, nah, man, apologize. You know what I'm saying? So he made Charlamagne apologize, which was dope. And Charlamagne had no problem doing so. You know what I'm saying? So that was dope for him to give Bud his credit. But as they were interviewing him, they had asked him about a possible fight with Jaron Boots Ennis. What was his thoughts on it? Is that a fight he would pursue? And you could tell Bud was real transparent. You could tell that's not a fight that he's necessarily looking for right now. You know what I'm saying? He wants the most meaningful fights and the biggest paydays possible. To keep it real with you, Top Rank limited Terence Crawford for a lot of his prime years. You know what I'm saying? They gave him a guarantee when he could have. You got to understand, with guarantees, that's all they really obligated to pay you. So if Terence Crawford had a guarantee of $2 million, if the fight generated $4 million, they had to pay him $2 million. But if the fight would have done $50 million, all they had to do was pay him $2 million. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to show you how they pretty much handicapped his career in a way. You know what I'm saying? Besides not getting him the big fights against like the Pacquiaos and the Earl Spencers at the time, I felt like Top Rank really limited Bud. You know what I mean? So I said all that to say that now Terence Crawford's trying to make up for lost times. He's trying to make up for lost times, and he wants to make fights that could set up generational wealth for his family. And I think that he thinks that as of right now, Jaron Boots Ennis isn't a big money fight for him. So why would he look in that direction? You know what I'm saying? He said that fighting Jaron Boots Ennis is a lose-lose situation. Now, depending on who you're talking to, some people might agree with it. You know what I mean? And then I think like hardcore fans will really disagree with it. You know what I mean? Because Terence Crawford saying that Jaron Boots Ennis is an inexperienced, young, up-and-coming fighter, right? Hasn't won a world title yet or anything like that. So if he beats Jaron Boots Ennis, you know what I mean? A lot of people are going to come out the woodworks and say that, oh, Jaron Ennis was green. Oh, he wasn't ready for this level. They rushed him. They moved him up to a world title level too soon. You know what I'm saying? They will go about it in that way if Terence Crawford was to beat Jaron. You know what I mean? But if Boots were to beat him, not only will that, you know what I mean, damage Terence Crawford's like stock, it'll definitely drop his value in the boxing world. They will also come out and say that Bud was overhyped, that it'll solidify them saying that, oh, I told you Earl was weight drained. As soon as he got in there with a legitimate threat, he lost. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what Bud is saying by saying that fighting Jaron Ennis is a lose-lose situation for him. However, you can run into people who really recognize, like myself, that recognize Jaron Ennis as a threat. You know what I'm saying? And I know that if he beats Jaron Ennis, then it is a beautiful victory, man. It's a good name to have on the resume because Jaron Ennis is stomping everything in his path right now. You know what I'm saying? He's taking his opponents however they come. He's taking on all challengers, and he's rising to the occasion every time. He's looking like the boogeyman of the 147 division. So with that being considered, it's like I'm gonna give that man all the credit in the world. And plus, me knowing Jaron Ennis and seeing him in the gym coming up, like, it's gonna take a lot to beat that man. It takes a next level fighter to beat somebody like Jaron Ennis. No regular fighter will defeat Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? So he'll have my credit 100%. You know what I mean? But not everybody is gonna take the same approach as me. You know what I mean? The masses are gonna try to any way to discredit him. You know what I mean? And they typically do that with, you know what I mean, Black American fighters. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You know. But let me know what y'all guys think about this situation, man. Do you think that it is a lose-lose situation for Terence Crawford? Do you think that it would be a win-win scenario? Do you think it'll help his career? Do you think that it'll hurt his career? Or do you think it won't make any changes on his career at all? Let me know what y'all think. This is Mazuma TV. Back in the building with more boxing talk. Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to Mazuma Mob. I'm out of here, man. Peace.